Hello, how are you? Welcome back. I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we teach you the art of wreath making and faux floral designing, and that's what we're going to be making in this video is a faux floral, so a silk flower arrangement, and we're going to be using tulips. So I really wanted to start using some tulips because I just love tulips in the springtime. All right, let me make sure I can see everyone's comments and you can hear me okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna put this phone up here so I can see we have actually got YouTube live as well as TikTok live so that we can get to see everybody's comments. There we go. Hey Maria, how are you? Where's everybody watching from? Are you ready for the weekend? I don't know where to look. Okay, we are here and I have to look over here too. So I don't know I'm going to be working this weekend. I don't know what you're going to be doing. It is warm here. It feels like spring. We've got the daffodils blooming. Y'all, I'm just going to put a little more Gorilla Glue in my glue pot. The trees are starting to bloom, the daffodils are blooming, tulips will be blooming before we know it. So I just have got this, I just want to make a really pretty spring arrangement. I think this would be pretty for a Mother's Day gift idea. I'm starting with this container. It's relatively large. It looks like it's about 5 inches wide. And I've already put I'm using desert foam for this. So sometimes I use desert foam, sometimes I use floral foam or styrofoam, and this time I'm using the desert foam. Desert foam is a little bit easier to stick your florals into, but if you have really heavy florals, sometimes the desert foam doesn't hold the weight, but I'm using the desert foam in this one. I've already mossed my container, prepped it. I did not, sorry, I've got an itchy nose. I did not glue. All right, so this is one of these glass containers. I'm pretty sure I got an arrangement in it many years ago, or I purchased it from a pottery place. But this is something I want to keep, from year to year and reuse over and over again. So you don't have to hot glue your foam to the bottom all the time. Sometimes if you have a problem and it's shifting around, you can use just a piece of duct tape and that will secure the foam. I just shoved it in pretty compact and it's just stuck in there. So let me, if you like all things silk flower, you guys make sure to give us a follow so you don't miss the next time we go live. Ontario's watching, awesome. We've got Western New York. Oh, yay, Ruth is from Western New York. Betty can't wait to see me at Wreath Makers Live. I can't wait either. Betty, make sure to come up and give me a hug. Watching from Sumter, South Carolina. Girl, that is like right down the road from me. Still waiting to join a Wreath of the Month Club. Oh, look for an email at the end of the month for that. Okay, let me show you the florals that we have. So knowing that I'm using this Asian inspired, chinoiserie inspired, or whatever you want to call it, container, I'm drawing the colors from this container first, okay? So I obviously think that yellow and blue go well together. So I pulled over a little bit of yellow and blue, and then also I wanted to incorporate tulips. So I've got some pink tulips to throw into the mix. And then also I wanted to see if I could incorporate some of these callas. So I've got some calla lilies that are white. And then we've got some greenery that I want to use too. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this over to the side right here. So when do the tulips start blooming in your area? All right, let's see if we can move that over here a little bit more. So this is a hosta. It is, all of these are artificial. That's all I do is silk flowers. So I'm going to start with this hosta right here, And I think I'm just going to insert it sort of at an angle. Let's see if I got a, sometimes I need to make a bigger hole. Let's see if I can get this at an angle. There we go. All right, y'all, I'm going to redo that because I wanted it to be more up and down. Oh, that's fine. It popped off, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to put a steel pick on the bottom of it. I wanted it to go down deeper anyway. Let me just move it this way. And I want it to go more like that. All right. There. That looks better. It was angled too far for me, like too far over. All right, I like that. So we've got that started. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move over and use some of my blue flowers. Y'all, I've never made this arrangement before, so you just bear with me as I think through my process. I love this blue. Did I get another blue? Did I pull another blue? Yeah, all right. I think I want a little height with this blue. So let's maybe go right here. And this has, it looks like a very woodsy branch, like you would find in a hydrangea branch. It's like a shrub. So I've got one there. I'm going to do one a little bit shorter, like right about here. Let's move that to the front. Okay. That looks good. I'm liking it. I'm going to go ahead and do one maybe back here. I think I'm going to do one right back in here to bring my color, my eye down with that blue. Let's see, maybe we need it to be a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go ahead and trim off some extra branches below, just so I can get that a little bit further down. So if I cut it at the same height as the one that I just inserted here, it would be at this, on the same plane. I really wanted it to drop down so that my eye kind of walks down these stairs, drawing my eye towards the base of the container. Woo. Okay, there's that. Hopefully the hosta is not going to overpower everything. All right, now I want to also, let's see, do I want to bring any of that blue under the hosta to fill in? Maybe I'll do that. I think I need a longer stem. Didn't quite go through the foam, the moss. That's why I tried not to put a very thick layer of moss. It's still a little bit too long, I think. Let me just see. I'm going to redo that other blue, and it's just a little bit too long. I'm Michelle is asking when the next floral arranging masterclass is. That is going to be next month. We are writing the curriculum, recording the videos right now. All right, I'm just going to move this one over a little bit shorter. Back in that sort of that same place. I'm trying to fill in around the bottom of that hosta. Just make sure to stay on our mailing list, Michelle, and you'll be notified when we launch that. All right, so there's that. All right, I feel good. We feel good about this now. Now what do we want to add? Don't forget the tulips. So let's go ahead and move straight on into that. Where's my front? I'm going to say, maybe that's my front. I'm just playing around, y'all. Okay, I think this is going to be my front. All right, I've got these pink tulips here already cut off. These are artificial and they smell like they've got a real scent to them. It's crazy. I just keep smelling them. I'm like, oh, it smells so good. Like, I don't know whoever was packing had on perfume or if they meant to have a smell to them. But they do. They have this really pretty smell. I think I'm going to take that one off. All right, I'm paying attention to where I want my color to fall outside of the arrangement. Okay. This one is a little bit more opened on this bud. So I feel like it could be, you know, when a tulip is freshly opening, it's very tight, and then once the bud is bloomed open more, it's more mature and therefore a little bit taller. So I feel like I'm going to put this one up a little higher. That's my reasoning for it. Okay, so I've got that one there. Here's another one. There's another tall one. Let's keep this one really tall. Oh, that is so pretty. Just need a little trim off the edge. And this is where I play it reminds me of the game Operation. I'm just trying to get through the glue. Maybe drop it a little bit deeper. There. Do y'all like the colors? Very springy. Hey, Jenny from Arkansas, how are you? All right, let's move over to some of these smaller buds. Melissa from North Carolina, hey girl. The flower stand behind me came from Amazon. All right, so let me put this one in right about there. We're going to drop this one. These are a little bit too long. Let's see if I can pull this off. I want it to fall right here. Okay, let's do one that's a little bit tighter. And we're going to put that one on this side, I think. Let's give it a little bit of a bend. And trim this one. All right, I'm going to use some of these leaves. So see how we've just created a little group over here with our tulips. Ooh, that's so pretty. I'm just going to use some of these extra leaves that we're not using on a flower. Let me see if I can get these angled in a little bit better than that. Y'all like that? Still have a couple more. I think I'm going to move on to the next part first before we add any more of those hot pink tulips. I'm going to try to move my camera back a little. All right, let's see. So I have two more of those. Let me clean up my mess, my tulip mess, and we're going to move on to the next flower. I do want to use the callas. All right, so this is the front. I think I'm going to do the calla lilies on this side. These are mini callas. These are some of the prettiest callas I've ever seen. Look how realistic they look. All right, let's see if we can get this. May need to make that a little shorter, we'll see. believe we got the AC on here. I think I'm going to have this one turned just a slightly different. All right, and now I'm going to do one over here. Okay. Let's put this one up a little higher. Trying to make this look as realistic as possible. And also trying to remember what they look like in real life. Let's see, why are you not staying up? Why are you not staying up? There we go. All right, I've got 3 more. Let's see if I want to put any over on this side. I'm going to put some over here to bring that white this way. Hey y'all, if you like all things flowers, silk flowers is what we specialize in, make sure to give us a follow so that you can be notified when we do lives again. I'm going to do just one more right there. Okay. Let me clean up my calla lilies. And then I'm going to see, do I want to go in with yellow? Yes. All right, we have forsythia, and then we have some larger, taller, I should say, forsythia. So if I want to keep it compact, I could do that. Or if I want to do a little taller, we can do this. All right, so do you know what forsythia is? It, like, you know, what grows in your, here in the South, it kind of grow, it can grow wild, but it also can grow, you know, you can plant it, but it's a shrub. And we used to have one growing up in our yard, and my daddy would trim that forsythia back and shape it like a boxwood shrub. You know, I don't like that. I really think the forsythia looks so much prettier when they are allowed to be wild and, you know, not, see how I'm just taking the time to shape this so that it's not so straight. But I mean, I just think that it looks so much prettier when it's wild. Looks like a ball of sunshine. Let me see if I can find. What do we think? It's hard to get further back on this camera. Still didn't help much, did it? Maybe if I tilt it up this way. Okay, so now you can see the height. All right, so I've got a yellow there. Let's drop it down. Do I want to drop it down here? And then on the other side. I've gotten, when I first started, I was into only wreaths. And then the more I started doing arrangements, the more I really just fell in love with them. I got some there. Let's see, I got one more. I think I'm going to drop it to the back. Okay. Let's make these a little shorter. I like that. I think I'm going to put a little more yellow. I'm not going to use this one though. I'm going to switch, I think, back to the longer pieces and just make sure that they look cohesive. All right, so we're going to just trim these short. And we're going to put these over on the opposite side so that our eye sees a little yellow over here too. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome watching and commenting, sharing. Lynette, I love forsythia. I need to add it in my new house, and I just haven't yet. Now we got a little bit of yellow all the way around. Okay. Let's work on, let's see, do I want to do more pink? I feel like I need more pink on the other side. So maybe I just use these two. All right, what else do we want to do? Before I work on that section, let's pull in some greenery. All right, I know exactly where this is going now. All right, now I'm going to use some greenery. Let's just fill in a little bit around the greenery, y'all. Let me look underneath this. Something was preventing it from rolling. Okay. Just going to use some of this greenery. My question is, do I want greenery right here beside? Yeah, that's good. This will look good. I was worried about having more greenery right here beside that green hosta, but you see the contrast? It's more of a yellow green on this bush, and the hosta is a little bit more of a blue green. I'm going to move that little blue flower because we won't be able to see it. I think I'm going to do this one a little bit longer. See if I can get it to bend a little. Who likes decorating their homes with florals that you don't have to water and you don't have to worry about them dying? All you have to do is dust them every now and then with a hair dryer. See how I'm massing and grouping all that together right there? All right, I got one more piece. I think I'm still going to just keep it over there. I know exactly where I think I'm going to put that blue thing. It's going to go right here in the middle there. coming together. All right. Doesn't come over there that much. Okay, now I've got this greenery and I've got pit. Let me see what that one's going to look like. We can fill in with that. Feels like it needs one more thing. I'm just going to stick to this green right here. It's a variegated, reminds me of pittosporum. I think they call it a boxwood though. Variegated boxwood is probably what it is. All right, do I want it here? I think Mom would like this for Mother's Day, don't you? Okay, let's see if we can put some over on this side too. Maybe we don't do another tulip. Maybe we do ranunculus over on this side. Let's try that. All right, let me go back and add, fill in with green here. Felt like it needed more color over here in between the greens. I like this. What do you think? Now it feels like my eye feels balanced with the pink. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off one of these hosta leaves. Let's trim that back. And then angle that way. All right, I'm going to get another bubblegum pink ranunculus. And let's keep these long. Before I cut on my stems, I usually am looking to see if I need longer pieces first, because sometimes I can keep the little stem that it comes on to make it longer. I think that's there. All right, let's bring some of that pink over here just a little bit. Nope, it looks too disconnected, and it's my last piece. So let me put it back over here. Okay, that looks good. I just turn it until something pops in my head of what to do next. All right, so now I'm going to put this greenery back in where we, not where we pulled it out. Look at the glue strings that we have. All right. Okay, now I'm pretty sure we're just about done. I think I'm gonna remember these little hosta leaves we cut off. I'm gonna move them down right there, so it sort of drapes over the edge of that container, and that way I don't have to figure out what to fill in underneath there. Okay, and then we've got another little hole. We're going to use a little piece of this pittosporum or boxwood or whatever it's called. I'm sure it's called boxwood. Okay, so I feel like this is complete on that side. Okay, now I'm going to look at this side. We've got berries. Do we want to do a little bit more yellow? Or what else do I have? I've got a little ivy. I also have this. I'm just looking to see if this is something I'm going to use. Don't think I am. Let me pull over the ivy. Whenever you're shopping in your stores looking for silk flowers, I really look to at the coloring to see what's going to pair well together. I think I am going to use a little bit of this ivy. See how much it is? We don't need all of this. Just going to pull off a little bit. Ivy is really good filler. Also, I like it because it can drape down over the container. Let's see, maybe one more little piece. All right, where are we going? I think I'm going to go right here in this hole where I can see the foam and the moss. And to remember when ivy grows, there always is this little tip, a little leaf on the very end. And so I really want that to be on the very end. I want that to be what drapes over this side. It's got a lot of flowers in it, but remember we did start with a 5-inch container. The larger the container, the more flowers you need. Let's cut these a little shorter. Just trying to get this to bend a little bit more so it drapes. See how that drapes right there? All right, I'm going to move a little bit of that color over here. maybe a little bit longer piece. Where's the front? Where did I say my front is? There's my front right there. I was thinking of putting it right there. Nope, I think I'm going to put this last tulip right there. That's good. That's very pretty. All right, let's do a little more of the ivy on this side. Just filling in a little around the base with some of the ivy. A little ivy needs to be on the inside though, because, right? How are they connected together? Or are they two different plants? I like that. So we have ivy here and then ivy down there. We have ivy on this side. And then just gotta fill in my holes with little pieces that are on my table. All right, I think we're done, y'all. Let's see if I can get more of the arrangement in the shot. This is big. If you don't like this, if you think it's just too overpowering, you can just do something different. I was looking for I wonder if I should cut that top off. I'm trying to make it look like a fresh flower arrangement that you would get from a florist. There. I think that opens it up a little bit more. So, and I'm just going to put it down here. And you know, when you order plants or flowers from a florist, they always have like a fern, or they have something that is a green plant, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was trying to go for. I think this is super pretty. It has all of the color. We have our pink, you know, where we started with our tulips, and now we brought that a different shade of pink over on the opposite side, and it's a different flower, so it's a different size, which brings interest, I think. And then we have our blue flowers that sort of tie in the blue of our container right there. Isn't that pretty? And then we clustered or grouped our other greenery together, the boxwood, the variegated boxwood, and then we peppered in a little bit of the forsythia, and then our calla lilies. I feel like it just really brightens up the arrangement, brings in some of that white from that container as well. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. I love making arrangements. Yeah, and I'm hoping to share what I've learned with you guys. Michelle, I've inspired you to freshen up your space. Yes, time to freshen it up. Think spring. This also sitting on my table is going to remind me that spring is right around the corner. It's going to help to, you know, cheer me up. You don't have to have fresh flowers in order to just get the benefits of what flowers can do for your mood. Deborah says it's hard to know when you're finished. Really, what I try to do is get the shape down, and then once I have the shape down, I go in and I fill in with like the greenery. So you did see me move from florals to greenery. Felt like the shape was pretty established. I just needed to finish it off with the greenery. So that might help you. If you put it in there and it doesn't add to it, then it probably is time to stop. Also, was mimicking, you know, real flowers. They need air, they need space, they need, you know, movement of air in order to thrive. I also try to bend the tulips, you know, like they would be in nature. Try to remember the progression of growth with the larger tulips, more established, so they're taller on top. All right, you guys, let me know, comment and let me know if below if you're watching this on replay. If you're watching on TikTok and you missed all of the beginning, head over to our YouTube channel, Southern Charm Wreaths, and you can watch us from the beginning making this. We'll be adding this to our blog in a couple of weeks, but you can watch it over on YouTube until then. Make sure to give us a follow and a subscribe if you like all things florals. Silk flowers is what we specialize in. And then comment below and let me know, what would you like to see me do next? What are you interested in? I've got a couple of swag ideas that I'm thinking of doing. Somebody asked for some swag, so maybe I'll do a swag for the next one. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I will see you next time. You guys are such a blessing to me, and I'm trying really hard to be a blessing to you, sharing all of my God-given talents with you. All right. See you.